Hello all, it's Chris Lamort. I'm going to do my best to get you out of lockdown browser Respondus and into HonorLock. If you've used lockdown browser before, it's probably populated on the left-hand side of your Canvas homepage for your class. This is not, there we go. This is the landing spot for my class. And maybe you have something similar. I have them start out in the Start Here module, and it goes through page by page, but I'm going to jump right into the modules and look at it from an instructor point of view. I have a welcome letter that they read, then they go into the blueprint for the class, then there's an honor lock, how to download and utilize. This is for the student's point of view, and I'll send a copy of this to you guys. It looks like this. They need to use Chrome as your browser. Also, we need to use Chrome as our browser. They need to remove Respondus Lockdown Browser. Also, we need to remove Respondus Lockdown Browser. They'll need to have Honor Lock installed on their computer to be able to access the quizzes and tests in this course. So then we go back to the modules. The begin here information for them has the syllabus. Then they get to the check-in quiz. This requires lockdown browser at this point. And it's a very simple 2-question quiz that I do for them. And if I go into edit, you can see my questions. And I'll explain my questions as quickly as I can to keep this thing moving. 2 questions, very simple. If you look at the questions, I've read the syllabus, helpful hints, downloaded and utilized Respondus. I have to change that now. Change that to HonorLock. And then that one, it's automatically populated. It's true, false. As you can see, it's true, well done. And then the second question, the instructor will manually grade this question. And now this one is fill in the blank. And that has the name of the institution, the college where I am enrolled in taking this Introduction to Theater class is, the answer is Delgado Community College, right? But also known as DCC or Isaac Delgado School of Trades. Now I've done this specifically for the reason that I want to grade it manually, and I'll get to that in just a second. So we get that, cancel that because that's not important at this point. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of lockdown browser. So what we're going to do is come down to settings. And this is a new class of mine that hasn't gone live, so I'm able to do this in real time. Go to navigation, there's lockdown browser, and we're going to take that out, drag items here to hide them from students. So we'll put that down here. You know what, I'll put it all the way down at the bottom. Boom. So, and then here's honor lock. And now, check this out, this is pretty cool. We move honor lock back up here, past that point, and I'm going to put it in here just below the quizzes. Put honor lock there, and I'll hit save. And let's see what happens. We go back into home, and then we go into quizzes. Respondus lockdown. Let me hit refresh on it. And we'll check it out. So we go to our check-in quiz. I might have to go in and change the names on those. I'm glad this is happening to me. All right, so we have everything in there. See what's new in honor lock. All right, cool. So you have to go back into honor lock. So we have all of this stuff here. Hit that. Okay, here we go. So right now it requires that. So if you want to enable all of them, then click enable. If you just want to do it on the check-in, we'll enable it there. And we'll see how that changes everything. I will go in and change the name of this in just a second. And when you get into your settings here, so if you go into honor lock, check-in, enable. I didn't save it, that's why it's this way. You have to, your proctoring settings. On this first one, record webcam, yeah, use the single angle webcam. I'm not going to use that myself. Then we have use multiple webcams. I'm not going to do that. Record the screen, yeah, let's do that. Record web traffic, log the test taker's internet activity, yes. Test taker photo. That's what we're talking about right here. It automatically does it, so you don't have to include it as a question or anything like that. Test taker ID, yes. I'm not going to do the manual review. Don't need a calculator. Don't need a scientific calculator. Disable copy and paste. I'm going to do that for all of my assessments. Disable printing, same thing. Browser guard. Limit browser activity to assessment content, and allowed site URLs only. Allowed site URLs, nada, nothing. Forget it. Let's see, environment integrity. You can do that. Test taker guidelines. If you want to have them use their book, great. If you want to have them use their notes, great. There are a couple of quizzes I have them use their notes, but you can choose what you want to do here. Then once you get through that, you can take a look at these things if there are accommodations, assessment visibility, and then we click on enable. Boom. And you can do that for any or all of them. Now we should see, let me see the check-in. So there will be results. Once again, I need to go in and change the name of those. So if I go into my quizzes now, right, check-in. I'm going to change the name of that. There we go. And check this out, Honor Alone Chrome extension. Once again, it gives you the opportunity for your students to get the extension required. They will agree to the HonorLock's terms of service, understand the privacy policy, all that, and it's all right built in there, which is really nice. And if they're missing the HonorLock Chrome extension, it will let them know that. There it is. Everything else stays the same. It's going to say something about an access code. They do not need an access code. And the support system at HonorLock I have found to be very beneficial, very easy to talk to. And you save that, and you should be good to go. Then, if you go, my students go back in to take that first quiz. And like I said, I wanted to manually grade that quiz. The first question was worth 50 points. And if they take the check-in quiz, now this class isn't populated because it's a second start, it'll say 50 over here. And as soon as I see that 50, I can go right into, let's see if I can get that to pull up. There we go. I can go into HonorLock. Check the results. If anybody's taken it, it's going to show me their picture, their ID. I can see that they are who they are, say they are. Go back into my grades. Click on the person who has 50. See if they answered the name of the institution, and hopefully, they've gotten the name of the institution correct. They get an extra 50 points on that. It becomes 100, and then they can navigate their way through the rest of the module. And then that gets them right into the discussion board, and then this, the first worksheet, and then there. My prereqs, they can't get here unless they take that check-in quiz. The Greek theater, module 2, they can't get into that until they complete that check-in quiz. Both of these assignments are opened before the census day. So then this one right here is after the census day, so I don't need a prereq on that. Okay, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to send some information out to you guys. I apologize for this taking 9 minutes, but hopefully it will save you hours of confusion and frustration. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.